As a firm believer in learning by doing, I usually do mini personal projects as a way of developing my skills. As part of the portfolio project series on my channel, in today's video, I'm going to share with you different ways I come up with portfolio project ideas, how I capture them and execute them from start to finish. Hi everyone and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Tuvu. I'm a data science consultant based in the Netherlands. Broadly speaking, there are two ways of going about getting a data project. The first way is to look outside, so you look for projects that are already out there. For example, you might find projects at your work if you're already working, or you might find freelancing jobs where your clients just tell you what they want to do, or you might find an internship or a hackathon or a Kaggle competition and so on. But the other way of getting projects that I like even better and will focus on in this video is to look inside and find projects that are uniquely yours, that solve your own problems or problems of someone else who you really care about. Let's start off with your hobbies. If you don't have one, then please go get one. The biggest hobby of mine is watercolor painting. So I have an Instagram account where I post my paintings every now and then for the past 3 years, and I love what I make. But I felt a bit sad that almost no one looked at my paintings or followed me. As one of my dreams is to become an Instagram celebrity in watercolor, I want to do something about it. One day I found out that the Selenium package can help me do this. So I decided to make an Instagram bot to do the PR and marketing work automatically for me and hopefully help me gain some new followers. So as I run the bot, it will automatically log into my Instagram account. It will take all the posts by the hashtags that I predefined in the code, all about watercolor and art and painting stuff, and then at random it will comment on some of the posts. The comments are also predefined by me in the code with certain probabilities. I did have an accident once when my bot commented on a totally unrelated photo just because it happened to have the same hashtag. I did get a boost of likes and got some real followers from it. Whenever I feel a bit down or need a boost of external validation, I just run the bot and get some likes and I'd be happy again. Just kidding. I don't do this anymore, but it was a fun way for me to learn how web scraping works and how to create bots. Another day, actually a while ago already, I was taking the deep learning specialization on Coursera and learn about transfer learning. I thought it'd be cool to use transfer learning to create paintings in my own style from photos. And it turned out not bad, and so I could make a painting in just under a minute. If you like music, there are also a lot of different projects you can do around it. For example, you can create your own music visualizer based on different data attributes of the song. This is one of my sad attempts creating a music visualizer. It can be done in under 50 lines of code. If you're interested in how to do this kind of creative coding projects, let me know in the comment section below. If you're into fitness, there are also a lot of opportunities for doing data analysis. Apple allows you to export your health data, so you can get these kinds of projects very easily and analyze them. I recently started training and running again with my friend. Maybe this is an opportunity for me to create a project and to learn about my health and my activities and measure my progress over time. Luke also talked about how he created an Excel fitness tracker app for himself and his friends. That's pretty cool. If your hobby is simply chatting with your friends online, on WhatsApp you can export your conversations with friends. Then you can use it to, for example, analyze how frequent you and your friends use certain words or emojis. You can even use topic modeling to find out the topics of your conversations and how they change over time. It's all easier than you might think because there are a lot of NLP packages out there with pre-trained models and pre-built functionalities that let you do this kind of analysis with just a few lines of code. With hobbies set aside, another way to come up with project ideas is to look at your daily life problems. Your problems are the problems you know better than anyone else in the world, and that is your advantage. At the beginning of starting this YouTube channel, I always just talked about whatever topics I like to talk about, but some videos that I put in so many hours to make just don't get any views, simply because you guys probably don't care about these topics. So just recently, I came up with a potentially better way to do market research and find out what you, my audience, are interested in watching. I could also just go to the community tab and ask the question directly to you, but because I'm a data nerd like you, I decided to develop a script using YouTube API to analyze my YouTuber friends' channel, my competitors. You can find a tutorial for that YouTube API project here on my channel, and most importantly, I want to extract the comments from their videos to analyze the audience interests. My plan is to keep only the comments that have a question mark, which indicate it is a question question, and those that have, for example, the words like please or could you or can you, which indicates that it's a request for content. Then I'll probably do some further analysis on these comments to find the common topics, etc. I'm normally not so calculative like this, but I do want to try out this idea and see if it works. If I find any success with my little market research tool, I'll probably make a video about it in the future. That's an example of a problem I have as a YouTuber, but there are so many other daily problems that can benefit from our data skills. For example, tracking your own expenses using your bank statement data, or if you're into finance, you could maybe create an Excel tool to track your own saving and investments and calculate when you'll be financially independent, for example. Moving on to your next source of project ideas, your interests. Everyone cares about different things. You might care about sport, fitness, traveling, finance, and so on. Or you might have a special expertise or are passionate about a specific domain. So there could be very good motivation for you to do a data project on these topics. For example, collecting data and making visualizations to raise awareness of people around you about these topics. This is definitely one of the things I wish I did more often as a data nerd. If you then share your data projects about these topics online, most likely a lot of people who have the same interests or thoughts about these topics will engage with your ideas, or these topics might catch the attention and interest of your future employers. These things do happen. The next way to come up with project idea is to steal like an artist. On Medium, there are a lot of data science writers who share their knowledge about different toolings and make tutorials about almost anything you can think of. What I usually do is to steal those ideas and develop them further. To be honest with you, I almost never create a project really from scratch. It's always built on some half-baked work from someone else randomly on the internet. For example, my last project about creating an interactive Python dashboard is actually based on this blog post from Sophia Young, in which she shows how to create an interactive visualization with the hvplot package on this toy empty cars dataset. There goes the saying, good artists copy, great artists steal. Hopefully I'm a bit closer to the great artist end of spectrum. If you're feeling like you're copying their work or using a large chunk of what they have done, then of course you should credit them. So here's a formula for stealing like an artist, and this is generally what I use to learn any skills faster, which again I learned from Jim Quick. Whenever you come across something interesting like a blog post about a new analysis technique or a new Python tool or whatever, you should ask 3 questions. The first question is, how can I use it? In other words, how does it connect to what I already have in mind and how I can make it useful for me? A lot of data science projects in the open source space are really great but are half-baked, and that's why there are a lot of opportunities for you to improve them and adapt them to your own case and make them a bit more useful. The second question is, why must I use it? As much as we love free content and open source code nowadays, we must admit that not everything is good and worth stealing. So this is when you take a moment to step back and think about your motivation to use this new seemingly fancy tool or technique. The third question to ask is, who is counting on me to win today? For me, it's often a strong motivation to do something that I know would benefit other people. For example, you, my audience. So if you struggle with motivation to create a project, perhaps thinking about who is counting on you is probably a great way to hype yourself up a little bit to really start and, more importantly, to finish the project. So at this point, your minds are probably buzzing with all the exciting project ideas. To capture and organize ideas as well as to keep track of the progress of different projects, I put everything in Notion. So here's my Notion space where I keep everything from my class notes to making videos, and here's the page for all of my personal data projects and their statuses. When I capture the idea, I also make sure to capture the relevant materials and resources that I might need. And then when I'm actually doing it, I'll move it to the in progress column. And when I'm done, I'll move it to the published column. It really doesn't matter which platform you choose to share your project, as long as other people can also access your projects on GitHub. Another tip I have for you is that doing project is hard, especially at the beginning. So don't do it alone. Invite a friend or a colleague who is excited about the project idea to do it with you, or to act as an accountability partner. I wouldn't have gone that far with my Instagram bot if it was not for one of my colleagues who also want to try the bot on her Instagram. So every day we'd be like, how many new followers did you get today? It's quite fun. It's really rewarding to go through all the struggles to make a portfolio project. And I strongly believe that this is one of the best ways to self-study as a data analyst or a data scientist. If you got any value from this video, please smash the like button to support this channel and subscribe if you haven't already to see more content about data science skills and careers. Thank you for watching. Bye bye!